Hey everybody, what's going on? Before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's as easy as clicking in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. To be quite frank, the Montreal Canadiens sit at 2-3 after 5 games, and it's been an absolutely brutal start to the season for the Habs. There's just not a lot of consistency with the play that they're bringing to the table on a nightly basis. The one consistent for this team has been terrible play in the defensive zone. This team couldn't complete a first pass if their life depended on it right now. They can't pass tape to tape. They can't move the puck up the ice. Besides Lane Hudson, none of the players seem engaged at all. I guess you could say Samuel Montembeault kept the Canadiens in the game last night and was also very good. But if you look at it from a statistical standpoint, the Montreal Canadiens very much deserve to be 1-4 right now, not 2-3. This is a team that hasn't played well in any of the games, minus the Ottawa game. And even in that game, there were some question marks about how the Habs played. There's just a lot of concerning trends with this team right now. Your coach comes out after the game against the Los Angeles Kings and basically calls the team immature, didn't play up to the standard. The captain, Nick Suzuki, says the exact same thing. And he really can't be one to talk at the moment because he's on the struggle bus at the moment. He's been pretty poor through 5 games, hasn't been all that noticeable. His line with Cole Caulfield and Uri Slafkovsky certainly hasn't developed the chemistry or stuck to the chemistry that they had last season, and that's been a big issue. You can look at Cole Caulfield's 4 goals on the season and be content with that, but the line as a whole hasn't been very good at all. And that's a big concern for the Montreal Canadiens, especially when you factor in how they ended last season. They were going to rely on this line heavily, and it just hasn't been up to the standard so far this season, along with the majority of this team as well. With Lane Hudson, of course, being the outlier. He played over 30 minutes last night and was a dominant force once again. And he played 30 minutes because Mike Matheson left the game, and we don't really know his status as of this moment. But if he's out anything long term, that's going to be a huge issue for this Montreal Canadiens team because of the minutes he logs on a nightly basis. I just think there's a lot of concerning trends with this team right now. I don't think it's necessarily time to push the panic button, but there's just a lot of trends that don't exactly point towards the Montreal Canadiens taking another step this season. And that's a big concern because a lot of the core is currently here right now. Sure, you have Patrick Laine on the sidelines. You have Ivan Demidov in the KHL. You have David Reinbacher out as well with an injury. But a lot of what you're trying to focus on in the core with Nick Suzuki, with Cole Caulfield, with Uri Slafkovsky, with Caden Gooley, with Samuel Montembeault, etc., they're all on this team right now, and they need to take a big step this season if this team wants to even come close to not only stiffing the playoffs this year, but moving forward as well. If they don't take that step, I think it's fair to question whether the Canadiens have been doing the proper steps in this rebuild as a whole. You need to take those steps, and if they're going to be stagnant this season, I think that's a big red flag for what the Montreal Canadiens are building right now. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the Montreal Canadiens through 5 games and if you think they can break out of this slump. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.